Alex Ellsworth.
Okay. And so let's talk about this.
Yes.
Give me some background history, just if I was totally ignorant about anything, what would be the first thing that you would tell me about?
So this is a 1906 U.S. Navy cutter. It's the first series. So they had two series. They had the 1900 series, and then they had the 1915.
Okay.
So this is the 1900 series. This particular one is come on this side, and it's got numbers carved into the bow stem. It says 873.
Okay.
And so this cutter was known as 873. And it's a 40-foot cutter by 9 feet. And it was, the United States built hundreds of these, and we had them all over ports around the world. And when we were becoming a high seas blue water navy instead of a coastal navy. So we had ports around the world. This particular one was on the battleship New Jersey. That's why it's got the NJ here.
Okay.
And it was there were two powered vessels on the New Jersey. There was the 40-footer, which the captains took as their own because it was much prettier. And then they had a 50-foot, but it had the 50-foot Navy cutter had a sheet metal covering over the stern, and it was really ugly looking. So the 40-footers were the ones that the captains, and then they would have 6 or 10 something double enders like this vessel right here, where it's two ends.
Okay.
And they were unpowered. So the cutters would tow the crew to shore. So if the battleship was anchored out, it could tow 120 men in each 60-foot double ender.
Wow.
And this vessel, the drawings, the U.S. Navy drawings for it, says it can take a complement of 60 men.
Okay.
It'd be a lot of people. But,
Would be.
And then it had copper tanks that were underneath the gunnels, so it's about this deep. Mm-hmm. And they go the whole length on each side, and they're just air tanks.
Okay.
And so those copper air tanks would keep the boat floating if it ever got swamped.
Oh wow!
And so they could dewater it, and then they'd go about their business. So
yeah, wow.
It carried a cutter catch sailing rig, so you would have the sailing rigs on the vessel, and they could erect that. And sail.
And you have all those components.
We made the sailing rig. We even made the cannon. It's a 1-pound revolving turret cannon.
Wow.
So I purchased the vessel, and around I think it was 2009, mm-hmm. And we started restoring it, and it took about 9 years, a little over 9 years to restore.
Wow, that's a big commitment.
It was a major commitment, and so all these parts that you see here and here, and this part of the sailing rig. Uh-huh. So all these had to be hand carved out of wood, and then they would be cast, and then you would grind on them, sand them, buff them, polish them, coat them, and put them on the boat. So there was there's a keel condenser under here that takes the water. So the steam comes out of the boiler, mm-hmm. It goes through the 2-cylinder compound steam engine, mm-hmm. Then the steam exits, it comes under here in the keel condenser, and it comes back around.
And that's the keel condenser?
That's the keel condenser. Okay. There's big pipes that get smaller as they come around.
Okay.
And then it goes back into the vessel and is water.
Okay.
And then it recirculates like a closed system.
Okay. So
you can go hundreds and hundreds of miles with this.
That is crazy.
Water.
Yeah.
So you notice it has a teak rudder here, and all this woodwork on the boat is teak because it was a special cutter.
It wasn't the 50-footer; it was the 40-footer.
It was the one that was on the battleship. So the battleship cutters they were highly finished. So everything on this boat it's teak and bronze. All the canopy is bronze canopy, and if you look at even the canopy, how it's designed to be quickly pulled apart and stored.
Right.
So when you rent the sailing rig, you would pop the canopy down,
And you have a canopy that goes on it as well?
And we have the canopy and the sails.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we have the mast, the sails, the canopy, and it had 4 17-foot long rowing oars.
Okay.
So it was a 7-man crew.
Yeah.
You would have a captain, you'd have an engineer, a fireman, and you'd have 4 coxmen, like 4 deckhands.
Okay.
So you had a 7-man crew on this boat, and it was quite an ordeal.
Yeah. And it's relatively large, but how would they pick it up and put it on the?
So it had a lifting system that it was designed to. Here's some of it right here. So these pull, it would come up like this and go over the boat, and then it came back to the stern and to the bow, and it would be a single point lifting. And so it would lift it from a single point. You'd set it into a cradle and on the battleship.
Wow. Okay. So Corey was telling us yesterday that all these are everything basically was handmade, but these were particularly handmade. The hinges.
Everything had to be handmade. Like even these big rowing or cocks that these they would slide in right here.
Oh, wow.
And so you have this giant 17-foot rowing oar. Which I'm sure it's just a delight to row.
I can imagine rowing this thing. You get the beefy guys to do that.
Yes.
But what I love about it, Alex, is that the quality of just the craftsmanship of this boat is just crazy. It's unbelievable.
It really is. So, like each one of these had to be made. All of these little windows, some of the stuff we were so lucky in finding. We found a U.S. Navy pump, So this is how they would pump out the boat.
Wow.
There's not an electrical wire on this boat.
That is insane to me.
So it has gas lamps,
How did they?
So at night they had gas lamps that would.
And you have gas.
We have the 1900, gas lamps, but it's all these valves. These were all spec'd, so that have the flanges on them. I mean, it's very hard. We found old stock, and we were able to find these valves. Mm-hmm. But
I'm gonna turn this off.
here's the coal locker. So you open this up, and you would scoop out coal.
Tell us about the trailer and how you can haul this.
So this boat, it obviously didn't come with the trailer, and the trailer that I sent up there was one that wasn't designed to just slide into the water and launch. So Myco Trailers is one of the best trailer manufacturers in the country, and so I sent the drawings to Myco, and I said, "Would you guys build a trailer specifically so it could either be dropped in, like backed in, launched, or picked up with straps. So you can slide a strap through here and slap it back there, and you can lift it off the trailer, or you could just drop it in like a regular conventional.
Really?
And so when I sent them the design of the boat, they said, Myco, it's like, we build trailers for the Special Weapons Division of the Navy, and so if we will give you a significant discount if you let us advertise. And they were a great subcontractor. They did a phenomenal job. The trailer fits like a glove.